How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Farming Simulator 19 Survival Series. So we are starting this episode a little bit later than normal. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, and the reason for that is it was a pretty miserable morning. It was raining all morning and all night, and luckily it cleared up around 9:30, so I was able to take care of the animals real quick. And now we're out on the fields, and the fields are looking pretty freaking good. Crops are looking great, so this is our soybeans, and everything seems to be just about perfect. The pH levels in nitrogen, everything's looking great. So I did drive over to the wheat field, and we'll head over there real quick, and everything there is looking pretty good as well. The problem is, our middle field here is not looking that good, and I don't really know why. So we'll get back to that in a second. And, well, actually, while we're here, let me show you what's going on. So if I walk around here, it says nitrogen is bad. It's 140 of 80. So what I'm reading out of that is we've got too much nitrogen in the ground. But I'm not really sure. I really don't know. So if you know how that works, there was a little spot that was perfect, which is 140 out of 140. So I don't know, do I need another 80 kilograms per hectare? Because it doesn't seem like it. I did actually try and spread more fertilizer and it does nothing. So I don't know if I'm maybe too late in the growth stage. That is very possible, to spread more fertilizer. So it could be that. It's just confusing to me because if I'm short 80, then it doesn't really make sense the way it's displaying it. If I've only got 80 of 140, then it should be the other way around. It shouldn't be 140 of 80. It should be 80 of 140. So I don't really know how to read that, and if anyone knows, please let me know in the comments below so I can understand that a little bit better. And if we are short, what would that be, about 60? I'm doing really quick maths here, and that's a bad thing to do. But yeah, I think it's 60, yeah. So if we need 60 kilograms per hectare more to get to 140, why can I not apply it now? Is it just because I'm too late in the growth stage? Because I think this is the second stage, not the first. But I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. But it's definitely not allowing me to apply any more. So if you know what that is about, I would really appreciate it if you could let me know in the comments, and so I can understand that a little bit better. This is definitely a big learning curve for me, the whole precision farming thing. So yeah, I really appreciate any help I can get at this stage. So let's take a quick look at our wheat field. This is looking pretty good. I did have a quick look and everything seems to be around perfect. So yeah, quite happy with that. It does look a bit thin, but I have found that wheat normally looks a little bit thin when it's in the early growth stages. So I'm not sure if it's first or second growth stage this. I could probably check here, but it's not exactly clear. So yeah, I think it's a bit further along. I think it might be sort of around there. Maybe there. I don't know. I think it's in the second stage. Maybe even the third stage, looking at that. But this field looks pretty freaking decent. But yeah, so if you guys know why the middle field, our field around the farmyard, is looking a bit worse for wear, then yeah, make sure to let me know. But anyway, while we wait for the crops to grow, we are going to be making some new fields. We're doing this again. The struggling to talk. I'm trying to think. We did clear some trees out, so we can't really go any further up here because of the road. I mean, we could move the road, but I don't really want to do that. What we could do as well is plow this out up until somewhere around here. That would make it a decent field, coming all the way down here. And I think that edge where we mowed comes before the hill starts, because I don't really want to deal with the hill. Oh yeah, that'll give us a lot of turning around space with implements and things. So we're going to be doing plowing, a lot of plowing work on this here. And then the wheat field, where we just were, we cleared out some trees around that as well. And that is going to become a lot bigger. So that's going to come out probably somewhere around here. So that'll be quite a big extension. And what we'll do is we'll just sort of plow around it and get as close to it as we possibly can. And then when we've completed harvest, we can just fill in the rest. And this we can come out quite a long way. We can bring this out till somewhere around here. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I want to make this a big field. So we might need to buy some more equipment to take care of all these fields. Yeah, so we'll probably bring this edge out as far as we can, as close to the forest as we can. Leaving enough space for equipment to turn around without too many hassles. And yeah, this is going to be a pretty big one. And then we'll drive around to the other side where we are most likely, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to do some potato planting. Ooh, these trees are looking beautiful. They've grown a bit. Wow. That is pretty impressive. Right, but anyway, the field back here, we're not going to do anything to the field itself, because I think we're kind of maxed out on the size on this, which is fine because it is a decent sized field. But what we can do is over on this side of the road. I haven't actually cleared any trees or anything out here, but it seems like we only need to take down about 2. And we can make a pretty decent sized potato field over here. I don't know if I want to take this cluster of trees out. I might actually take all of them out. I think we might do that. Just because of turning around and things might get a bit tricky having trees here, and we'll need to make the field quite a bit smaller, where I would like to sort of start it right over here. And if I leave the trees, I'll have to start it further up. Right, so we'll have to look into that, maybe get to some tree cutting, some serious tree cutting by the looks of it. I thought it might just only be 1 or 2. But anyway, that is the plan. And not really sure what equipment we're going to be using for all of that. Let's have a look. But yeah, so we're going to do plowing. I thought we might do some spreading of fertilizer in this episode as well, but it seems like we're not going to be doing that. And what I want to try and do as well is around the end of this episode, I want to go buy some more tree saplings, and I want to plant a couple more trees around the farm, mainly around the entrance and maybe down here a little bit. Nothing really big. We'll probably only use a handful of items, but or a handful of saplings, but yeah. Right, I'm trying to think. We're probably going to need the trailer. So let's grab the John Deere, because we're going to be cutting down a lot of trees. We're not going to be making firewood with these trees. I mean, we'll probably get a decent amount of firewood out of all those trees, but that does take quite a bit of time. And since we had a late start, we're not going to be doing any of that, so we'll leave that there. That's fine. And we are also going to need the front loader. Should we maybe just grab the Voltra? Then we don't most likely need the weight. We've got weighted wheels, but I'll grab the weight anyways, since it is just here. And yeah, normally we would use the Mercedes for this, but there are a couple of really big trees there, which means there's going to be some heavy logs. And I don't want to be driving back or cutting the logs any shorter than what they need to be. So let's just use the Voltra. There we go. Grab that. Beautiful. We can detach that. And will we be able to grab the log fork without moving the bucket? Maybe. Here we go. Right. Beautiful. Alrighty, so we can... Ooh, actually thinking about it, we don't need to take the John Deere. We can just hook up to the back of the weight and do everything with one tractor. That'll be much easier. Disconnect that. It takes a while to start up. That's fine. Absolutely worth it. Very, very, very nice sound. Okay. Put that back. Oh, stuck. There we go. Beautiful. Right, this is honestly a bit of a job that I wasn't anticipating. I didn't think we are going to be doing really any logging in this episode, but it is what it is. I mean, plans change and that's fine. This is a nice tractor. I have to say, we don't use the Valtra that much, but I really, really do like it. I think it's a tractor, at least for me, something that I never used. I can't say that I've ever bought a Valtra in Farming Simulator 19. And it's quite a pity because it is a very, very nice tractor. I think it's just a case of, it's not a tractor that's very popular in South Africa, so I tend to use tractors and equipment and things that you would see around our areas a little bit more. So, yeah, it's nothing wrong with it, definitely not. But, yeah. Right. This is going to be a perfect opportunity. Oh, we are going to need one more tractor. And that's going to be the little Massey with the stump grinder. That has kind of become its job lately, is stump grinding. And what we can do is if we bring that up, is it Alt and right click? So I can measure the trailer is around 4.9, 4.8 meters. So obviously I can make it a little bit longer. What would 5 meters be like? Yeah, so I can cut these logs around 5 meters, which is very, very handy to know. So if I do that, whoops, not that. What is happening right now? Alt and right click. I don't know why it's, I don't know. Move that back. There we go. Right, so if I go right up to about 5 meters, we can cut it just about there. And that should be perfect length for the trailer. But what we are going to do is we're going to jump into a quick time lapse. I'm going to go grab the Massey with the stump grinder. I'm going to get rid of that. And then we're going to go around and probably grab that tree and then take out that entire cluster over there. I think these trees over here we're going to leave because they look nice. I don't want to take out too many trees. But there's going to be a whole bunch that we need to take out there. But anyway, let's jump into that real quick. And yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, that is all of the logs cleared out, or trees cleared out, and we ended up with about 1.5 trailers of logs, and I think I got all of these stumps out of the ground, but we'll probably find out when we start actually farming that area, because we're bound to hit one at some stage if I forgot any. But what I did think is these logs, it seems like a bit of a waste, because there's more logs than what I thought there was going to be. And it seems like a bit of a waste to just go and sell them like this. So it will be a lot of work to cut them all into firewood. But I should have actually used the back entrance. The bigger entrance, but it's fine. We'll manage. It'll be a lot of work to cut this into firewood. But I think we'll get a lot more money if we do that. So I'm kind of tempted to do that, but while I make up my mind, I'm just going to park the trailer like this, and I'm going to leave it there, and it is potential money just waiting. So we're going to do nothing with it now, and that is just going to be money sitting around waiting for us to make our minds up effectively. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think we should do with the logs? Should we just sell them as logs? Should we get a wood chipper and sell them as wood chips? Should we chop them up and sell them as firewood? I don't know. Let me know. I'm gonna leave it in your guys' hands, and yeah, for now they're just gonna sit there looking all pretty, because they do actually look really nice. Everything cut pretty much to the same size, 5-meter lengths. Oh, and that is a bit of a top tip. I did figure out, you would probably have seen me struggle a little bit to get the initial measurement, because it sort of flicks the log away. It doesn't obviously do it with the big ones, but it does with the small ones that you can actually move by hand. But if you take out the chainsaw and actually sort of hold it at the front of the log and then do your alt right click to get a measurement, it works beautifully. So yeah, have the chainsaw out. If you're using that mod and you're struggling, kind of like I did, then yeah, just take the chainsaw out and it'll work just fine. Right, we're going to be grabbing the John Deere, and let's go put some diesel in it, because I just noticed the Voltra is very empty as well. We put the diesel tank in because everything is empty on the farm, and I'm still not actually filling anything. So yeah, let's do that. We'll get some diesel in the John Deere. It shouldn't take too long at all. Turn that off. Nope. That one. Ooh, that looks like it's going to be a little bit expensive. Not too bad. $240. Not too bad at all. And, oh, we need to be here anyway. I was kind of convinced the plow, chisel plow, was at the other shed, but here we are. We've got it here, so that's great. Connect that up. I think that's it. And let's take this over to field number 1. So we're going to be creating 2 new fields, and we're going to be making another one bigger. Hopefully much bigger. In fact, let's turn around here for a second. Go around the tree. I don't want to be destroying crops here. I just noticed that the plow is a little bit worse for wear, so we're going to give it a quick service, just so we don't have decreased working speeds and all of that. So, yep, there we go. Do that real quick. Crops are looking very nice. I don't think this is going to be a great yield for this particular field, but we'll see. I'm not going to turn the engine off. I don't know if I need to disconnect to service that. No. There we go. $87. Not bad at all. And there we go. I think the John Deere is still fine. Yeah, the John Deere has recently been serviced, so that's all good. And, right, I need to kind of figure out where we're going to go first. Most likely what's going to be the new potato field, even though we don't have an old one. But we had plans for a potato field. But that is not going to be a potato field anymore. And if you don't know which one that is, that's the one where we have the wheat on at the moment. Not this one, not that one, the one all the way back there. So, yeah. Right, we can probably start unfolding that. I was looking to buy a bigger plow to make this a little bit quicker, but I really cannot find anything at all. So, yeah, we're going to have to make do with what we've got. Well, I can find bigger ones, but we need like 400 horsepower for the bigger ones. We don't have anything with even close to that horsepower, so I think the highest we've got is 250 in the Voltron. So I'm trying to figure out where we need to start this field. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get my bearings here and try and figure out what I actually want to do here. And then we're going to jump into a time lapse and we're going to get this knocked out. And probably the other field as well. And we'll probably head around and do the enlargement of the wheat field as well while we're at it. So this could be a bit of a chunky time lapse. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Just before we jump into that time lapse, I just wanted to show you guys what exactly we're going to be doing. So you haven't seen any plowing yet, but I have actually done the basic shapes of what we're going to do. So this is the existing wheat field at the moment, and that is what we're going to do. We're going to make it quite a bit bigger. Then over here, we've got a grass field, which we're going to cut out, and is probably not going to be a grass field anymore, because we've got lots of grass all over the place. So that's going to become a new field. That is a bit of a hill, so I couldn't make it any larger that way or longer. And then over here, we are going to have what is going to become the potato field over there. But I did realize that this is going to take a very long time. And, well, it was time to upgrade. So we are up at the shop, obviously, which means I bought something. And we also only have $41,000. So I bought something big. It is second hand, but it wasn't cheap. So you ready for it? Boom! Look at that. That is an 8960 and it is an absolute beast of a tractor. And what is going to be pulling, at least today, is this, which is a 20-meter plow. Or chisel plow, I think. Right. It's a plow. The game says it's a plow. I'm pretty sure that is a chisel plow. I would maybe even call that a ripper. I'm not really sure. But anyway, we're going to use it for plowing. And it's huge. It's 20 meters. And this does require 400 horsepower. The tractor is 370. So it does have the bigger engine in. You get it in a 370 and a 300. We've got the 370. And, I mean, this thing is just insane. I mean, look at it. It is ridiculous. And it's also got a PTO on the back. And a 3-point attacher, which is freaking awesome. Obviously, this thing needs a service, so we're going to do that real quick. The plow will also need a service. So we paid for this thing about $130,000. And the plow was another... Ooh, 1,116. The plow was another $60,000 on top of that. But I mean, this thing is just a beast. So yes, technically, we are about 30 horsepower short of pulling that plow. But I'm quite confident that it should be fine since we aren't pulling up any hills. So I think that's the only place it'll really struggle. And to be honest, I don't think it'll struggle that much. Going up hills. It might lose 2 or 3 kilometers an hour, but luckily here everything is pretty flat. And I'm going to try and reverse this as well as I can. That was pretty freaking good. I don't want to be breaking anyone's glass doors today. And we've spent enough money. Don't need any more money on repairing other people's property. $556. And there we go. So plowing should be going a lot quicker from now on. And the thing is, it's not just field creation. We need to plow our fields on a regular basis anyway, so obviously this is going to make jobs like that a lot easier. And yeah, I think it's a good buy. It's a very big machine, and I love it because it's old. It's the big daddy of the John Deere that we've already got. So yeah, I'm very excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very excited. This is a really cool piece of equipment. So yeah, pretty freaking nice. I think this is going to be great on the farm. I don't know how many jobs we're actually going to have for this. And I did think about maybe selling the Voltra to get this, but we had the money, so we didn't have to. And also the Voltra has got the front end loader and all of that. The Voltra is actually extremely handy because it's a mid-sized tractor with a front loader. It can lift quite a bit of weight. Where this is obviously just one big pulling machine. So we can obviously hook cultivators to this. We can get some serious seeders now. Obviously that all relies on money, but we can definitely get some big seeders. I am, however, going to keep the small... oh, there's one of the fields that we're going to be working on in a minute. I am going to keep the 6-meter plow, because that is very useful, that little plow, for laying out the fields, as I just did. And yeah, just tidying up the corners and all of that good stuff. So yeah, that is something that is going to remain on the farm. We're not going to sell it. It's not worth much anyway. I just don't know where we're going to be parking all of this. We definitely don't have space to put this big plow. And I mean, we could probably throw the tractor just in the big shed and move the pickup somewhere else. Throw it in the shed where the bales are. So we'll find a space for it. But isn't it beautiful? What an amazing piece of equipment. I love it already. We've only had it for 2 minutes and I'm completely in love with it. So yeah, this is going to make things a lot quicker. And hopefully we find some really good jobs and for this. And we're able to use it often. That is the plan. I wouldn't want a big piece of equipment like this sitting on the farm and doing nothing. But yeah. We'll see. We'll find something for this to do. But anyway, we are now going to jump into that time lapse, and because this is going to go very quickly, we might actually have time to do those trees at the end of the episode. But yeah, so this time we're actually going to do the time lapse. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in a little bit. did not take long at all. That was absolutely amazing. That new tractor with the plow obviously is just great. We can actually shoot through here and I can show you the new field. So this is going to be a pretty decent sized field. I'm very excited for that. I do want to maybe grab a mower and run around these fields and just clean them up a little bit. Because there are some bushes and things overhanging some parts of them that I would want to get rid of. But yeah, nothing major. And this is the extension or the enlargement of that field. And as you can see, it's going to be much, much bigger than what it was. So yeah, I think just this piece over here is about the size of that entire field. So it's probably about close to 3 times the size that it was when we started. So I just left a gap, so when harvest is complete we'll come back with the small plow and just join that up, and we'll just have to see whether these fields need plowing anyway. I think they might do after this harvest. I think they might need plowing anyways. At least now that is a very quick job. The new tractor is great. Honestly, it is amazing. It is very powerful. It pulled that plow without a problem, even though it's rated at 30 horsepower less than what the plow actually needs according to the stats. But perfectly fine. At one stage I was seeing about 17 kilometers an hour that it was pulling at. So yeah, definitely no problems. And then over here is going to be the potato field. So hopefully we can buy some potato equipment. We are a bit short for cash at the moment, but there's obviously going to be a harvest before we start seeding this. And I don't know if I want to leave that little tree back there. I might actually cut that off. I also cut down, you probably would have seen in the time lapse, these trees laying here. I didn't record it, but I cut them both down just so that I know I need to come and collect them and clean this all up. Just because they're going to be in the way with the bigger equipment, and especially potato equipment is pretty long and a bit awkward, so you need quite a lot of space to turn around. That is also why I cut the tree on the other side of the road at that fork. I also discovered another log in here. At least it was a short one, so I could pull it out by hand, or it's a small one, a thin one, so I could actually pull it out by hand and just throw it there. So we'll come back and pick that up later with the other trees, and we'll probably cut down that one more tree as well. But we have got some spruce tree saplings, and we are going to be planting them at the other entrance where we actually just came from. Also, I brought the tractor in this way, and that was kind of a bad idea. I mean, it did fit, but it only barely fit. Oh, and I also had to move some things around the yard, and because the only place I could actually find to store these things was here. So the plow very, very barely fits in here. Like, it scrapes to get in there. But it does fit nonetheless, so that's fine. And the tractor, oh, what a beautiful thing you are. Very, 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 very nice tractor. So this is going to be its home for now. Unfortunately, it's sort of hidden away, so we're not going to see it much unless we're using it. But I just took some of the old scrap sort of equipment that we'll probably get rid of. I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep it just because it's sort of nostalgic. But, yeah. Everything fits in there. Some of the other things I moved to the yard, so that's fine. But yeah, very, very, very happy with that purchase, I have to say. I'm absolutely loving that thing. So there's the other plow and the front loader attachment thing. And yeah, we'll just leave it there for now. We are definitely short on space when it comes to equipment being either indoors or, well, we don't actually have anything indoors. But just being under some sort of a roof. Right, I want to go grab the shovel and things, but I actually wanted to see how much space is behind here. When we were throwing gravel, I noticed that there's obviously a lot of trees back here, but there's also a lot of space back here. I'm thinking maybe we can do something with this area. I don't know what. I mean, it's too small to do anything like a field with. But, oh, where did I put that? There we go. There we go. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, we could possibly get some like a bigger sheep pasture? I don't know. It just seems like a lot of wasted space. I mean, we don't have to use it. It would just be nice to use it. Right, how do I grab that? I can't remember how to grab that. Let's have a look. Remove. Oh, I did that and it didn't work. Right. So, what I thought is we need one tree on the corner there for it to not look weird, but let's have a look what this distance was. It was about 15 meters. This one should be around the same. Yeah. Alright, so we planted them around 15 meters. So what is the closest I can get? I thought that was a squirrel for a moment. This is a bird. Right. 15 meters. I mean, we could do like just here. Oh, work. Then right around there. That should be fine. Why not? Why can I not... Come on. There we go. I think it was about there-ish. I'm very picky with this, but I want to get it right. Let's just put it there. It's fine. Alright, so that is one tree in there. So that's going to take a while to catch up. But that's okay. No problem. Now, I don't really know if I want to put some more trees up here. I mean, we could do. And let's put a few more up here. Go from there. 15 meters. Up to, yeah, probably about there. Oh, what's this thing's deal? Alright, and then one more probably around there. And then I think one more and we'll probably be just about done. Go 50 feet. Yeah, alright. I don't think we're going to be putting any more than that in the ground right now. I'm kind of still thinking whether I want to do trees all the way down here. I mean, could we get one more? We go from there. Probably get one more in here. Let's do one more. Oh, what's this thing's deal? There we go. Right. I'm pretty freaking happy with that. Beautiful. And the rest we'll just put away and we'll probably use it later. Anyways. Probably go plant them in the big forest. In fact, while we're sort of in this video, let's drive up and I'll show you guys the forest real quick. Because I did promise to show you guys that probably a few episodes ago now, and I keep on forgetting. So let's have a quick drive up and see what all of that looks like. In fact, it'll probably be a little bit different than when I last saw it, because they would have grown quite a bit in that time frame. One other thing that I did notice is the sheep. So the sheep haven't been breeding, and I need you guys' help. So, oh wow, yeah. So this is the area that we planted. all of these trees in here. I think we put about 60 trees in here. And that is pretty impressive. There's a lot of trees here. In fact, I think it might be these ones. Could it be these ones? Yeah. It's not those ones, it's these ones. They are massive. Goodness me, these trees are huge. We put a ton of trees in here. I thought it was the small ones over there, but it's not. This is what we put in here. Wow, this is awesome. Yeah, here's some of the stumps that we cut down that we never cleared. Why did we never clear that? Just forget? Wow, that's amazing. Well, there's a lot of stumps in here. I need to bring that stump grinder and fix that up. But goodness me, that's a lot of trees. That is pretty freaking awesome. Right, one last thing is the sheep. So the breeding time, the next animal is in 200 hours. Production rate is 490 hours for one sheep. Is that normal? I'm going to need you guys to give me some information on that, because that seems very, very long. Almost 500 hours to get one sheep. I don't know. That seems a bit rough, to be honest. But yeah, let me know if you guys have a sheep farm on your farm, whether your reproduction rate is that slow as well. But yeah, I think that was a pretty successful episode, I would say. We got a bit done, and maybe not the most exciting episode ever, but it's just things around the farm that needs to get done. So very, very happy about the new tractor. I have to say that thing is an absolute beast, and I'm hoping that it'll stick around the farm for a long, long time, and we can use it for many, many jobs coming up. But that is going to be it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time.